Crossing time falling for the prince.
Lalin, a modern Thai office girl, obsessed with ancient Chinese dramas, gets sucked into a mysterious painting and wakes up as a stranger in an ancient kingdom. What starts as a desperate struggle to survive turns into something totally unexpected. She captures the attention and heart of Prince Longyu, the cold and stoic third prince, who never believed in love two hearts. Suddenly, he finds himself protecting this strange, outspoken woman, who turns his world upside down, amid court intrigues, battles for the throne, and hidden secrets of the kingdom.
Chapter 3. Chaos in the Palace, Modern Slang Mishap.
A brand new morning, Lalin continued her, reluctant, maid duties inside Prince Longyu's residence. Sigh, seriously. Did I really cross dimensions just to become a glorified tea fetcher? She thought, clutching a tray of breakfast, as she trudged toward the prince's study. But the moment she opened the door, collision thwack. Whoa, you scared me. Lalin jumped back, eyes wide as she spotted Longyu mid-strike, his sword slicing clean through a straw dummy with deadly precision. His Highness is practicing his swordplay. Please keep your voice down, whispered by Xian, the ever-smirking bodyguard standing nearby. Okay, so the prince isn't just a cold CEO type. He's also a sword master. Great. He's basically a live-action wuxia hero. Determined to keep herself calm, Lalin tiptoed forward. But then, under her breath, she muttered without thinking. Dang, that was so OP. Total final boss vibes right there. The room fell silent. Longyu froze mid-swing. Xian tilted his head, blinking. Oh, P. Longyu repeated slowly, frowning. Final, what? Xian echoed, eyes wide. Lalin clapped a hand over her mouth. Ah, no. I blurted out modern gamer slang. They don't know what that means here. Cue the scene of two ancient warriors staring at her like she'd just sprouted another head. Lalin couldn't help it. The words just slipped out. Oh wow. So cool. He's totally a knight in shining armor. She whispered under her breath, eyes sparkling. Suddenly, swoosh. Longyu stopped mid-strike and turned sharply to face her. What did you just call me? Oh no. I forgot myself again. Quickly, Lalin forced a stiff, awkward smile. Humble servant meant. Your Highness's supreme martial skills, worthy of being called the #1 swordsman in the land, sir. Beside them, Xian burst out laughing. Wait, what was that? Knight in shining armor? Lalin flinched. Crap, I forgot this isn't my world. They don't even have that phrase here. Longyu narrowed his eyes, his sharp gaze fixed on her. You speak strange words. Knight? Shining armor? Which kingdom uses such terms? Oh no. If I tell them I'm from another world, they'll probably toss me into the fire for witchcraft or something. Thinking at lightning speed, Lalin threw on her most innocent, radiant smile. It's a compliment. Your Highness. From, my homeland's dialect. It means, a brave and valiant hero. Xian slapped his knee and laughed out loud. Oh ho, in that case, I can be a knight in shining armor, too, can't I? Lalin shot him a side-eye. Please. Stop trying to squeeze yourself into the spotlight. Inside the imperial kitchen, Lalin clutched the knife in her hand, staring at the mountain of vegetables in front of her. What? You want me to chop veggies? I'm not a chef. I barely survive on takeout and instant noodles. She picked up a carrot and began slicing, with the grace of a total newbie. And then, clunk. The knife slipped, barely missing her fingers. Ouch. Forgot to turn on pro mode. She blurted aloud, wincing. The nearby maids all froze mid-motion, glancing at one another in confusion. Pro mode. What strange words are those? One of them whispered. I said it out loud again. Quickly, Lalin let out a nervous laugh. It's just a saying from my homeland. It means, when you make a mistake, you refocus and try again. The maids exchanged puzzled glances, but eventually nodded, still a bit unsure. Oh, I see. They murmured, moving on cautiously. Lalin wiped the sweat from her brow. Phew, that was close, at this rate. I'm going to reveal myself before I even finish cutting cucumbers. At the Imperial Pavilion, Lalin strolled leisurely through the pavilion garden, hoping to clear her mind from the chaos of kitchen duty. But as she rounded a corner, she came upon a group of senior ministers deep in discussion. The Qin kingdom has been making suspicious moves. One minister murmured gravely. I believe they are plotting something. Perhaps a military strike. Lalin, still half in her own world, mumbled under her breath. Sounds just like a final boss strategy. Stopwatch click dot. Wait. Her eyes shot open in panic. Oh no. I said that out loud. The entire circle of ministers turned sharply, staring at her as if she'd just claimed to be an assassin. Final boss? What military formation is that? One elder questioned, furrowing his brows. Is it a hidden strategy from a foreign land? Another asked urgently. Someone fetch the war council. Lalin flailed her arms frantically. No, it's just... I meant it's like, the biggest challenge in a game. Ahem. I mean, like a critical turning point in battle. The ministers exchanged puzzled glances, nodding slowly, still half confused. A poetic metaphor, perhaps. Yes. Young people these days speak strangely. Lalin let out a massive sigh of relief. Phew. Crisis averted, barely. Gulp. Lalin swallowed hard gulp. She forced a wobbly smile, her cheeks twitching. It's an ancient strategy. From my homeland. Your Highness. It refers to the most critical, final battle in any campaign. The ministers raised their brows, murmuring among themselves. Interesting. Her homeland has peculiar terms indeed. Yes. Quite imaginative. These foreign tactics. Phew, survived that one, barely. Lalin exhaled, her heart still pounding like a drum. But just as she dared to relax, a cool, commanding voice sliced through the air from behind her. Why do you always speak so strangely? Lalin froze. Slowly, she turned her head. And there stood Prince Longyu, arms crossed, sharp eyes locked on her like a hawk ready to pounce. Who are you, really? His tone was calm but edged with steel. Oh no. Caught again? I can't keep making stuff up forever. Under the moonlight in the royal palace garden, a cool breeze stirred the delicate petals of the flowers. Lalin, who had barely survived Prince Longyu's piercing questions earlier, wandered through the courtyard with a long, weary sigh. Ugh, why do I feel like I'm a suspect in some detective game? She grumbled inwardly, hugging her arms as if shielding herself from invisible suspicion. Suddenly, a voice called from behind. Under the moonlight, in the royal palace garden, a cool, why are you wandering here alone? Lalin jumped in shock, spinning around, only to see Xian, the ever-playful guard, standing there with his arms crossed, and that familiar mischievous grin tugging at his lips. Seriously, does this guy walk without making any sound or what? She thought, her heart still thumping. Xian let out a soft chuckle. I've been watching you for a while now. You don't seem quite like the others. Or should I say, you're much stranger than the others. Lalin blinked rapidly, trying to play dumb. Me? Strange? Under the pale glow of the moon, Xian gave a sly grin, and began counting on his fingers. 1. You use strange words I've never heard. 2. You seem completely clueless about palace rules, yet somehow, you escape punishment every time. Oh, why does this sound like he's about to arrest me? Lalin's heart skipped a beat. Xian stepped closer, his sharp eyes glinting playfully. 3. You're not just some ordinary woman, are you? Lalin flailed her hands frantically. No. I'm the most ordinary woman you could ever meet. So ordinary, I'm practically invisible. Xian burst into laughter. Really? Ordinary? An ordinary woman? Who dares to talk back to Prince Longyu? And kicks prisoners clear across the cell into the wall? Ugh. Did I make myself too suspicious already? Lalin groaned inwardly, wishing she could vanish into thin air. But before she could cook up another excuse, Xian leaned in slightly, whispering near her ear. Relax. I won't report you. Not yet, anyway. Lalin let out a shaky laugh, her face turning red. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Xian just winked and strolled away, leaving Lalin standing there, clutching her chest. Great, now I have to deal with a nosy guard on top of the cold prince. How am I supposed to survive this world? Lalin laughed nervously, scratching her cheek. Well, I guess you could say I'm just a little lucky. Hehehe. Xian raised an eyebrow, his grin widening into something positively devilish. Oh, I see, well then. I'll be sure to watch over you closely. Let's see just how long your luck lasts. Oh no. Lalin's smile froze while her heart hammered wildly. Not only do I have to deal with cold-faced Prince Longyu, now I've got this nosy, smirking guard tailing me too? How am I supposed to survive this ancient world? As Byaxian turned to stroll away, humming cheerfully, Lalin plopped down onto the garden bench. With a sigh so heavy it could sink a boat. Ugh, why does this ice-sky life feel more like a survival game than a romance? The next morning, Lalin tried her very best to act like the most ordinary palace made possible. But alas, fate clearly wasn't on her side. Hey, watch out! Lalin yelped as she saw another maid wobbling toward her with a tray of food. Crash! The tray slipped, sending bowls and plates scattering all over the floor. Ah, I'm so sorry. The flustered maid squeaked, her face pale with guilt. Lalin quickly bent down to help pick everything up, mumbling under her breath, "Ugh, this feels exactly like one of those dramatic second lead scenes." Suddenly, a familiar teasing voice floated from behind. Second lead? Dramatic scene? Lalin froze. Slowly, she turned her head, only to find Byaxian standing there, arms crossed, amusement dancing in his eyes. Oh no, why does it have to be this nosy guy again? Lalin's heart thumped as she forced a wobbly smile, praying the earth would just swallow her up right then and there. Oh no, 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 no. I blurted it out again. Lalin's mind was screaming as Byaxian crouched down beside her, a playful smirk tugging at his lips. You're speaking oddly again. Or could it be you're hiding something? His eyes sparkled with curiosity, making Lalin's heart pound wildly. Lalin forced a stiff smile, trying to cover up. Ah, it's just a saying from my homeland. That's all it means. Unexpected chaos. Byaxian chuckled, tilting his head. Oh really? Then I should go study this dramatic scene from your homeland sometime. Oh no. Why did I have to slip up again? Lalin silently wailed inside, while outwardly she just kept smiling nervously. That night, under the moonlight, Byaxian sat casually atop the palace roof, gazing at the glowing full moon. His usual grin softened as he murmured to himself, "That girl, she's truly strange." He replayed every moment he had watched Lalin, the odd phrases, the gestures that sometimes felt like they didn't belong to this world. Could she be? A slow smile curved his lips. The more I watch her, the more interesting she becomes. At the side palace of Princess Lalin, Lalin stood up straight, forcing a sweet smile on her face, but inside she was screaming with anxiety and suspicion. Ugh, why, oh why, do I have to run into the main villainess of the story? She swallowed hard, her heart thudding loudly, as she faced Princess Lalin, a young woman whose soft, delicate smile masked the sharp glint of cunning in her eyes. I heard you were appointed as Prince Longyu's personal maid. The princess spoke in a gentle, silky voice, but there was an unmistakable chill beneath it. You must be quite close to His Highness, aren't you? Gah, she's cutting straight to the point. What do I even say? Lalin's mind raced as she kept up her polite facade, but her brain was screaming. System, cheat code, anyone? Where's the help button when I need it? Lalin frantically waved her hands. And no, Your Highness, I'm just a low-ranking maid. I've never even been close enough to speak directly to the prince. Princess Lalin let out a soft, melodious laugh as she gracefully stepped closer, her perfume faintly sweet and dangerously intoxicating. No need to be so modest, she murmured, eyes glinting with hidden schemes. I simply want you to help me with a small favor. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This is totally the part where the villainous tricks the heroine into becoming her pawn. Lalin's inner alarm bells rang so loudly, she almost thought others could hear them. She straightened up, forcing the most polite smile she could muster, which was starting to twitch at the corners. How can I assist Your Highness? Lalin asked cautiously. The princess's lips curved into a sweet, too sweet, smile. I want you to keep an eye on Prince Longyu for me. Tell me which woman has caught his attention lately. What? She wants me to be a spy? Lalin's mind spun. I think this is not something I should get involved in, she stammered, trying her best to wriggle out of the mess. But it was too late. Crap, if I refuse, she might get rid of me before I even find a way back to my own world. Lalin's heart pounded in her chest, her mind racing for any escape, but under the weight of that soft threat, she could only clench her fists, force down the panic, and bite her lower lip. I will try to observe for Your Highness, Lalin murmured, her voice trembling slightly. Princess Lalin let out a soft, satisfied laugh before finally releasing her. Good girl. I knew you were clever. I trust we'll work together splendidly. Lalin managed a tight, shaky smile, but inside, she was practically screaming. Oh no! I've officially become a pawn in the villainess's scheme. How did I end up like this? At the third prince's residence. After returning from Princess Lian's palace, Lalin paced back and forth anxiously, her hands clasped behind her back, as she bit her lower lip. What do I do? If I actually spy for her, the cold-faced prince will find out, and I'll lose my head. But if I refuse, Princess Lian will crush me like a bug. Ugh. Suddenly, a deep, familiar voice floated from behind. You seem unusually restless. Ah. Lalin jumped, spinning around, only to find Xian, the ever-watchful, ever-smirking bodyguard, standing there with arms crossed, eyes sharp as a hawk. He raised a brow, a teasing glint in his gaze. Are you hiding something? Or, perhaps you're planning something suspicious? Oh no, Xian's starting to suspect me too? I'm so doomed. Lalin forced out a dry, awkward laugh, waving her hands frantically. Haha, no. I was just, wondering what to eat for dinner tonight. Xian chuckled softly. Worried about dinner? And making such a serious face? You really are an interesting one. Lalin's smile froze on her face, her heart screaming inside. Ah, how am I supposed to survive these palace schemes without blowing my cover? Coming up next. Will Lin manage to escape Princess Lian's dangerous web? Or will she get tangled deeper into the palace intrigue? Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode.